My name is Jeremy Floyd, and I'm the costume designer for King Lear and Twelfth Night. What excites me the most about my job as a costume designer, I think, is telling the story in a moment for the people in the moment. So changing what the story is based on who's watching the play. I use the costumes to tell stories of people in places at times. Every time we tell a story, it's a different time and a different place. And as a costume designer, like, that's what I'm doing. I'm recreating these people for right here and right now. And why is that important? So I think that's probably my favorite part. Telling stories as a costume designer it's such a long process, whether that's literal or not. It's a lot of steps in a process. And so understanding the characters as people the same way that we understand ourselves as people. So as a costume designer, I tell the story of King Lear, but I also tell the story of Goneril, and I also tell the story of Edmund, and I also tell the story of Regan and the Fool and everybody else. So it's about finding those people in real life, sometimes oldie-timey real life and sometimes now real life. It involves a lot of research and drawing to discover, and conversations with directors and actors. And those conversations then turn into what happens on stage. It's a long process with lots of conversations and collaboration and communication, which makes it really great in cohesive storytelling at the end. My favorite costume in King Lear is Goneril. Shakespeare's language is filled with descriptors. Some of those descriptors are literal. For instance, in Twelfth Night, like yellow stockings and cross-gartered on Malvolio, right? They're literal, and we find out how to interpret those. But most of it is not. Most of it is abstracted, and it's illusion. Goneril is described repeatedly as a serpent and as a boar, sharp and fanged. And at the end, Albany ends the play and calls Goneril a gilded serpent. And it is literally everything that her costume is. And so that is why it's my favorite. It's like sleek and clean, yet still over the top and covered with detail and beadwork and embroidery and all of those things that show her wealth and what is truly corrupt about the entire Lear family.